Hey everyone, welcome back to jntux concepts. So in this video we are going to start the third unit of artificial intelligence. The first topic we are going to discuss is knowledge representation issues. So before starting this topic, if you are new to the jntux concepts channel, in this channel we cover all the jntu subjects that are important for your B.Tech and other university exams. So in particular, these concepts are important for the students who are under JNTU universities like JNTUA, JNTUK, JNTUH. So before getting into the video, don't forget to subscribe this channel, do like this video, and let's get into our today's topic without any late. Representation of knowledge. So previously we have covered the first unit of artificial intelligence and now we are starting the third unit of artificial intelligence. I'll be covering the second unit later. So let's start the topic, that is representation of knowledge. Representation of knowledge is nothing but a way in which an AI system stores, organizes and uses knowledge about the world so that it can think, reason and make decisions. AI doesn't understand the world like humans, so we must represent facts, rules, relationships and concepts in a structured format so that the AI system can process and understand. In general, an AI typically represents facts, rules, relationships, procedures, uncertain knowledge. There are various methods to represent knowledge like logical representation, frames, production rules, semantic networks, probabilistic representation. So this is the overall or an overview of what is meant by knowledge representation. So the actual topic of this video is knowledge representation issues. So the knowledge representation is a crucial aspect of AI that deals how information and knowledge is structured, stored and utilized by AI systems. Knowledge representation issues are some problems or challenges faced when storing or using an AI system. So what are representation problems? There are various ways to represent knowledge like logical based representation, semantic networks, frames, rules. So the first one is logical based representation. So in this representation we use formal logic like propositional or first order logic to represent facts and rules. The second one is semantic networks. These are graph like structures that represent knowledge in terms of nodes and edges. Frames. These are data structures that hold information about an object or concept. Rules. If then statements that define relationships and also use it for reasoning. The second point is expressiveness versus complexity. A main challenge is to balance expressiveness with computational complexity. So firstly, what is meant by expressiveness? Expressiveness is the ability to represent complex knowledge. Meanwhile, computational complexity stands for how easily the system can process knowledge. The more expressive the representation is, the more it may lead to complex reasoning task. So in simple, the more you represent expressively or easily, then it indirectly gets more complex to reason the task. The third point in knowledge representation issues is ambiguity and vagueness. The natural language is often ambiguous and vague, which makes it difficult for AI systems to interpret meaning accurately. For example, the word bank depends on context. Bank can refer to a financial institution and also bank can also refers to the side of a river. It just depends on the context we are talking. The fourth point is incompleteness. Knowledge bases may not contain all the information needed for reasoning. This incompleteness can lead to incorrect conclusions or the inability to answer certain queries. Example, a medical AI may not know about rare diseases. Fifth one is dynamic knowledge. Knowledge is not static. It can be keep changing over the time. AI systems must be able to update their knowledge bases to reflect any new information so that it poses challenges in maintenance of consistency and accuracy. For example, the traffic rules keeps changing, so an AI system should update its speed limit data automatically and continuously. The sixth point in knowledge representation issues is contextual understanding. The meaning of knowledge can depend on the context. AI systems need mechanisms to understand context to interpret the information correctly and make appropriate decisions. The same bank example is used here. So the bank refers to a financial institution in finance and the side of a river in geography. Interoperability. Different AI systems use different representation schemas, which leads to challenges in sharing and integrating knowledge across systems. For example, a hospital AI system shares patient data with a pharmacy seamlessly. Reasoning. Once knowledge is represented, the system must be able to reason about it, which involves drawing conclusions, making inferences, and solving problems based on the represented knowledge. A good example for reasoning is if it's raining and the road is wet, the AI should be able to infer that driving is risky. So, this is what reasoning. So, that is about knowledge representation issues. So, in this video, we have covered the representation knowledge where we have discussed the basics of representation of knowledge in AI systems. And then the main topic of this video is knowledge representation issues. In this topic, we have discussed how critical or how important the knowledge representation is in terms of AI systems and what are the types of knowledge representation issues that in general AI systems face. So the various problems, the various issues we have covered in this video, like representation problems, expressiveness versus complexity, ambiguity and vagueness, incompleteness, dynamic knowledge, contextual understanding, interoperability. We have discussed everything and every point in this video. So all these points are enough for you to easily get over this topic if it is asked in the exam. So that is about knowledge representation issues in AI of third year second semester in R23 regulation. So I hope you have understood this concept. In our next video, we'll be covering predicate logic topic. So thanks for watching. Do subscribe and keep learning.